What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy, CamATL, and welcome back to another NBA High Five video with your boy. Let me say this first and foremost. I know I've been neglecting my NBA squad fam video watching people for a little bit now, and I want to apologize for not doing consistent NBA videos. Um, Now that MLB is back, I just have that extra work to do. You know what I mean? But there's no excuse. I'll make sure that as consistent as I possibly can, I come on here and do these NBA High Five videos on the Greenlight Optimizer. By the way, we are working with our developer right now, trying to get the MLB Optimizer back up. As you know, we had that active last year. We're trying to get it back up and running for this year. That will be soon, so have no fear. The Greenlight Optimizer will be here for MLB. All right? Anyways, MLB live show once again. I went live for MLB at around 10 a.m. or so yesterday. Was live for about 30 minutes or so and talked the slate over before I posted for the noon slate. We have another noon slate, so I'll be live again at around 10 a.m. if you want to join me on that and just talk some MLB plays and stuff like that. All right. So let's get into this NBA High Five though. Starting off at point guard. First play that I really love, we have Giannis at questionable, so as long as that's the case, Drew Holiday is always going to be in play, and Chris Middleton will also always be in play. All right. Chris Middleton is a fantastic option along with Drew Holiday on this slate. Both of these guys are going to be extremely high owned, which the Greenlight Optimizer is off of them for that exact reason because their ownership is going to be probably extremely high with Giannis out. But at the end of the day, in cash games, like I've always told you guys, the Greenlight Optimizer goes for GPP. It's shooting for GPP. It's purposely going to fade some extremely chalky players. But here's my take. Okay, you guys know how much I love cash. Okay, Drew Holiday and Chris Middleton feel like some of the safest options that you can have on this entire slate. The trash guys are right outside, so if you hear that, my bad. But yeah, Drew Holiday and Chris Middleton. Anytime Giannis is out, is a fantastic option. I absolutely love both of these guys. They're both in fantastic spots. So yeah, don't overthink it. It's great spots for both of them. All right, now. Toronto, no Van Vliet, no Lowry. That's a place to take advantage of, and it has been for a while. I love DeAndre Bembry. Bembry really pops for me at 3-8. He's been getting some good minutes, over 30 minutes the last few games, 35 and 31 Draftkings points both games. He's really doing his thing, okay? What I love is he's putting up in the rebounding category. He's getting some assists. He's scoring. Like, he's doing it all, okay? He's, like, trying to get him a triple-double, it looks like. He's also solid defensively. He had 5 steals last game. Okay, so Bembry over 30 minutes and only 3-8 in a plus matchup against Chicago. Yes, please. I love Bembry. I love Malachi Flynn. And I also love Pascal Siakam. Anytime Lowry and Van Vliet are off the floor, I always love Pascal Siakam. Okay? Siakam had a down game against Washington April 5th, got 37, but bounced right back for 44 against the Lakers. He got 58 and 44, 2 out of the last 3 games. Siakam's in a fantastic matchup here against Chicago down low. I really love Siakam. I think he's a fantastic option as well. But once again, if you want to get lower owned than everybody who's probably going to play this route because of the obvious bumps here, if you want to tell yourself, okay, now with Vooch in Chicago, it might be harder for bigs to score down low, blah, blah, blah. Because if you look at it, Chicago has been a lot better versus bigs since Vooch has gotten into town over there. Okay, so if you want to get lower owned and get sneaky for GPPs, while a lot of ownership ends up going Siakam, if you want to get off of him, I completely understand. But in cash games, I have to promote him because, plain and simple, my brain is just telling me that he's just great. All right, Killian Hayes. Killian Hayes, I really, really like here in this one. He will play in this game. His minutes have been creeping up. All right. He came back. He got 20 minutes against New York, got 10 DraftKings points. Then he got 25 minutes against OKC and got 34. I'm expecting more minutes here in this one, and he's a player that puts up in multiple categories. I like this kid. I think he's going to be really solid. And in this matchup against Sacramento at only 3-2, once again, he's just another very solid value on a team that is hurt with injuries right now. Another team to talk about real quick is OKC. OKC has a ton of questionable players tonight, okay? If all of those guys end up out, you're going to want to grab some OKC value as well. But as of right now, here's the high five for DK. We got Drew Holiday and Chris Middleton with no Giannis. Bembry, Siakam with no Lowry and Van Vliet. I also love Malachi Flynn, though. And then Killian Hayes as a value at 3-2. I really, really love him. With Porzingis out for Dallas, if Doncic plays, I like Doncic a lot as another spend up if you possibly have the money to do so with the value on the slate. Like I said, if you want to get off of a highish owned Siakam and pivot down, let me see what options we would have here. If you wanted to get off a higher owned Siakam and go down, you could go guys like, let's see. Kevin Love's minutes has been creeping up a little bit against OKC. That's a solid matchup for him. Sadiq Bey is interesting at 4-3. We have OG Anunoby that you could take instead of Siakam and go that lower owned pivot. You could go Harrison Barnes, who's been pretty damn solid this season in general. And earlier this year against Detroit, he dropped 48. So he's in a great spot as well. So yeah, just there's places that you could look. At the end of the day, I go off of injury bumps and just situational matchups, and this is just a great spot here for him. So I'm not going to overthink it. But like I said, in GPP, if you're trying to get lower owned, Siakam is fine to pivot off of against Chicago, who has gotten significantly better with Vooch defense down low. All right, now let's talk FanDuel. Let me clear out what we have here. Boom. Okay. So, over here on FanDuel, first and foremost, let's look at the value plays that pop in for us. Isaiah Stewart, once again, is popping at 3-7. Let's see. Josh Jackson is popping a little bit. So, let's say, what value do we want to look at? Let's see. Okay, you know what? With Giannis out, let's check out Middleton and Drew Holiday. Chris Middleton's 8-2. I'll take it. He's cheaper over here. Drew Holiday is 8-8. His price is up, but I do love him as well. Let's check how much is Bembry. Bembry's 5-2. Wow. They elevated his price over here. Malachi Flynn is 6K. God damn. Anunoby, 8K. Wow. Okay. They're making it hard on us. All right. So let's just go position by position and check this out then. Dean Wade is really, really popping for the optimizer at 4-5. He's popping really extremely hard right there. Him, Hartenstein, Isaiah Stewart. Let's get off of that position. Let's go shooting guard. Okay. For shooting guards. Oh, you know what? Let me check on Killian Hayes. Killian Hayes is 4K. That's solid against Sacramento. I could take some Killian Hayes against Sacramento. Centers. All right. DeAndre Ayton does stick out here because obviously we love bigs against the Clippers. Really love Enes Kanter here. He's going to have to play some solid minutes against Utah. Especially, pay attention if Nurkic misses. Enes Kanter is fantastic play. Zubac's going to have to play some solid minutes. Not going Drummond right now. Moses Brown is solid at 5-1. Multiple options, but you know what? I'm going to say, okay, so I'm going to say Nurkic misses because he has been, and Enes Kanter is going to be the play at 5-8, okay? But pay attention to that because if Nurkic plays, he's not going to be nearly as good. All right, let's see value-wise. Let's check on value once again. Taurean Prince 5'8". Damn, we do not have much value over here on FanDuel today. Plain and simple, they are not hooking us up with some value over here on FanDuel, man. All right, so let's stick with the 3 plays of Killian Hayes, Chris Middleton, and Enes Kanter as the core for now. Remember, this is an early day look at the slate. As time goes on, more information could come out and make things a lot simpler. But as of right now, we don't have amazing value on this slate. Like I said, none of these guys look super appetizing. Josh Jackson is interesting at 4-4 against Sacramento. Anybody against Sacramento is in play. Aaron Baines is probably going to have to play significant minutes. He's a decent value option. If Nurkic plays and you can't really go Kanter, Aaron Baines is a solid value option because Vooch playing heavy minutes for Chicago down low is going to make Toronto play bigger. So I like that. Tyrese Halliburton at 6K is okay. Keep an eye on Maxi Kleber if Porzingis is out. Jordan Clarkson at 5'6". That's okay. That's decent. I can put him in there too as a play with no Conley today, with Conley doubtful. So let's go over to Yahoo and then set you guys on your way. All right, on Yahoo. Here we go. Chris Middleton's 34. Let me just get an idea of these guys real quick. 34 for Drew as well. I do like that price for Drew. Same price as Middleton over here. Let's see. Who else do we want to check on? Let's just let the optimizer tell us. Okay. Value plays. I need to check Bembry. Bembry's 13. Yes, please. We will take Bembry. How much is Siakam over here? 38. Oh, I'd probably rather just have Middleton with him versus Dallas, with Drew versus Dallas. Let's see. Let's keep looking at the value. I do like Taurean Prince. See what we got. How much is Malachi Flynn in those guys? Flynn is 18. That's not bad either. So you could go Flynn as a value as well. He's more than Bembry, obviously, so I prefer Bembry, but you could go with him. Yeah, well, okay, we're going to stick with that as the core. Killian Hayes, once again, though, at 12 is fine as well, as value over here as well. Pay attention to the OK situation. Jerome's going to be a solid value if all those OKC guys miss. But Drew Holiday, Killian Hayes, Bembry, and Chris Middleton as the core over on Yahoo. Not a ton of value on DK. I feel pretty good about the value because Bembry at 3.8, Killian Hayes feel really, really good at those cheap prices. Those feel really good, but over on Fanduel, we don't have a ton of value right now. And on Yahoo, I do like the Bembry value at 13, so that's great too. So okay, so on Draftkings, we got Drew Holiday, Chris Middleton, Bembry, Siakam, and Killian Hayes. On Fanduel, we have Killian Hayes, Clarkson, Middleton, and Cantor. On Yahoo, we have Drew Holiday, Killian Hayes, Bembry, and Middleton. So as you could tell, Drew Holiday, Killian Hayes, Bembry, and Middleton have been showing up in a lot of mine. They are guys that I really, really like. Obviously, in GPP, the route that you want to go is pivot off of these super high-owned guys for maybe lower-owned options. So pay attention to that. Killian Hayes is probably one of my favorite values. I'd expect 27 or so minutes out of him, maybe a little more. And as they're ramping him up, this is a guy they definitely want to see some things out of, him being a rookie and also. I really like him, and he's a guy who played overseas. And a lot of times these guys who play overseas, they actually get that experience playing with some grown men. You know what I mean? They play against professionals, and then they come over here, and it translates a lot better to the NBA than some of these college players coming up, playing against young dudes, and then coming in and playing against grown-ass men in the league. So I like guys like Killian Hayes, these foreign guys coming over because they seem to have a lot more like just basketball IQ and experience in general. So let's get it today. Good luck, y'all. I'll see you at the MLB the MLB live show to talk over all our MLB plays. See y'all there. Peace out. Drop a like down below because I already know you loved it. Subscribe to the channel and comment anything in the comment section to enter your name into the $50 giveaway that I do every single week on this channel. And I'm out. Peace.